opened back in 2003. Have a look at the Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Hey. 58, right over there. Mike, 58, right there.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
No, check that. We're going to Mike.
From the 30 on second down, Prescott. They'll find Everett there, complete.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Let's go,
line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now Prescott. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Hey, here we go. Go ahead, ain't it? I got it. Strong right.
On second down, Elliott.
Four down.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
I'm coming after you. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Prescott on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Watch. Hey, kill.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up. The Eagles are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Guys, it's our time. 19 Lion. 46. Check. Hurt.
47's the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47.
Yeah. 47.
They will run for the first time to Miles Sanders. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, we got a seal. All day, baby. All day.
They go play action with Hurts. A 50-50 ball. Here it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And his pass incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
A 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Prescott to throw it. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. On 2nd down now. It's Sanders. Sanders has the first down and much more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Check. 47.
18 Rattler.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Time to go. Night.
Joker.
Panther 60. That's a safety creep.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout.
Let's go.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Set. 70 Lions. 47.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's 40.
Smash.
Mike's 47.
Riggs. At all costs. Say, hey.
47's the Mike, boys. 47.
On first and 10, it's Hurts.
Let him know.
And that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
There we go.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. I know that I used to cover. Hey, we got back. Oh, he just snuck out there. And he's got a nice first down.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 41 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They've got a first and 10 at the 11.
19 tight.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards to pick up there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And this is caught. Isaiah McKenzie, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Elliott good on the extra point. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Robinson. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
58, right over there.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
I got you.
Being chased out left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big run that time by Elliott. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get it.
To throw is Prescott. Buying time to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
The penalty yards marched off as they'll try again on 2nd and goal.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Double dog, that's the way.
Throwing, Prescott. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. 3 tight ends up front here, 3rd and goal.
52's the mic, boy, 52.
Elliott. Take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on now, let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
Mike 9, Mike 9. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Mike 9, hey, you got to...
On 2nd and 12.
We got to seal.
And this all incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still going to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Breaks through the contact. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. 1st down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Let's go.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go. Mike 52. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
On play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Chambers. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
52's the mic. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared.
We're going to 53.
Slam, slam, slam.
2nd and 5 down. Prescott got his man. It's Fehoko. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 22-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the first down.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. 4 down, 4 down.
First down, Prescott. And that'll be caught by Fehoko. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning. So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you can almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand-checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Here we go.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Come to my work.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Here we go. Line 80.
Check. 52's the mic. Watch the run.
52's the mic.
10 carried out for Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
52's the mic right here.
Prescott down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Let's go.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
From the 38, Hurts. And quickly finding Rager. Room here to run. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
You. Warrior 70. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47.
On 1st down, Hurts. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, man up.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Flush to his right. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Here's 2nd and 10.
58's the Mike. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this.
There's Prescott.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Forced out to his left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get
On play action, Prescott. Flushed out right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Jamal Agnew now to return it.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter.
Let's go, baby.
ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there. I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Watch the run. 60 Bobcat.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Panther Street. Switch. Check 37. Check 37.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Right there,
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
47's the mic.
Panther 11. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Let's go.
They'll run with Sanders. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
I know you feel that.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal, Hurts out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get tonight. Mike over there.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Steps away to his left. And he is into the end zone. Jalen Hurts with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Robinson. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. About about set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
A big play there on the catch and run. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Let's go.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. With that last carry, he's now over 8,000 career rushing yards.
All right, big applause. Lots of clapping for this one, right? Think about it this way. Along the way, he has passed Hall of Famer Terrell Davis, and now he's starting to approach another Hall of Famer in Larry Zonka.
Second and 2.
52 right here. 52. Here we go. 52's the mic, boys. 52.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 116 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Man, I got you. 5-2's the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. What we got? Here we go, 46.
Here's Prescott. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Here we go. 52's the mic. Check pass.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Dancing to his left. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the 1st as well.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
That's Gallup on the slant. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Watch the twist. Here we go. Go to 54.
They'll let Elliott try to run it in. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on the turn.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down.
We own them. 4-7's a Mike. 4-7's a Mike.
Let's go, D.
Hurts.
It's going to be a long day.
Being chased out left. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the first down. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Elsewhere, they're in the third quarter in Kansas City. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. 79 Broncos. 47. Check, let's go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Big alert, big alert. 47. Check, 47.
Watch the run. They're running it. 4-7's a Mike.
Here's Hurts to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll run on 1st down. Sanders. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Hey, we got a seal.
19 Lion. No gain on this defense, no gain. Mike 9.
Throwing his Hurts. And Sanders has got it complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
I got you. 4-7's a Mike. 4-7's a Mike.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now left side on the swing pass, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
He's had success running the football. This is more or less an extension of that because they drop it off to him on the screen. And I'll bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st-and-goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd-and-1. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they go up on 1st-and-goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd-and-goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown. Devontae Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
I got you, punk. 52's the mic, boy.
They'll press it. They'll find Everett there, complete. Not much there, only a yard.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on, you're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Eluding the pressure right. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation if we need to.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now Prescott. That's going to be complete to his tight end Everett. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now In this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Watch the screen.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10.
58 for Mike, 58.
Again to Elliott. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down? Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop them with 13 seconds left to play. On third down, it's Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on first and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Extra point good by Hopkins, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Eagles 21. Dustin Hopkins sets the kickoff.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Hey, pick your game up. 4 7s and Mike, 4 7s and Mike.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's into the end zone. A defensive collapse on the final play. And Charles, they can tie him with a PAT.
I cannot believe that. Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here and ride that home wave on into overtime.
Now for the all-critical extra point. And he's got it. No problems there. The extra point up and good, and we are headed to overtime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown will win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. They go down the again. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again. On third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Rip right. Mike 52, Mike 52. Blue down.
Prescott. Buying time to his man. He's going to lose a yard or two. Couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Right here.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
I got you, son. Street. 70 Ranger. QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Mike 9. Hey. We got a seal.
Back to throw here. That swung out wide to Sanders. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
19 Tiger. Check Bobcat. They gonna need some therapy.
Sanders. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for Philadelphia, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.